Have you ever waited for one message so long that your whole mood depended on whether they replied or ignored you? Maybe they answer late, act cold, disappear, and suddenly you start wondering what you did wrong. You check your phone again and again, not because of love, but because silence starts feeling like rejection. And when someone gives you a little attention, you hold on to it like proof that you are finally enough. You are finally enough. But listen carefully. If you have to beg for attention, what you are receiving is not real love. Love should not make you feel like you are auditioning for a place in someone's life. If they give just enough attention to keep you hoping, but never enough to make you feel safe, pay attention. Sometimes you are not chasing a person. You are chasing the feeling of finally being chosen. And that feeling becomes addictive. Because every small sign of interest feels like relief from your own fear. Today, we are not here to judge you. We are here to help you stop abandoning yourself for someone else. Ask yourself this: do you feel peaceful with them, or do you feel like you are always waiting to be valued? Do they make you feel safe, or do they make you feel like one wrong word could make them disappear? When you change your personality just to keep someone interested, you slowly lose the person you were meant to protect. You start hiding your feelings, swallowing your needs, and pretending you are okay, just to avoid losing them. But love that requires you to silence yourself is not connection. It is a slow way of disappearing. Maybe this pattern did not begin with this person. Maybe you learned long ago that love had to be earned. Maybe attention felt unpredictable, so now inconsistency feels familiar, even when it hurts you. That does not mean you are weak. It means your heart learned to survive by holding on too tightly. But understanding your pain does not mean you should keep accepting behavior that keeps reopening the wound. You are not too much for wanting love. You are asking the wrong person to give you emotional safety. Now ask the hardest question. Are you being loved, or are you being kept close enough to not leave? There is a difference between someone being busy and someone making you feel unwanted every single day. There is a difference between patience and losing yourself while waiting for someone to finally care properly. If they only treat you well when you pull away, that is not love. That is control through distance. If you have to lose yourself to keep someone, that is not devotion. That is self-abandonment. You should not have to become smaller, quieter, easier, or less honest just to be kept around. Do you feel free to speak your truth, or do you constantly edit yourself to avoid their reaction? Do you feel loved as you are, or accepted only when you ignore your own needs? If the relationship only survives when you betray yourself, then what you are protecting is not love. You are protecting a fantasy of what they could be, while ignoring the reality of how they treat you. So the first step is simple but difficult. Stop measuring your worth by their attention. Their silence is not proof that you are unlovable. Their inconsistency is information about their capacity. Stop explaining your heart to someone committed to misunderstanding it. The right person will care enough to listen. Do not send 5 more messages trying to make them care. Step back and watch what they choose. Because when you stop chasing, you finally see whether they were choosing you or only enjoying your effort. Do not confuse anxiety with chemistry. Sometimes the intense feeling is not love, it is fear being activated. Real love should bring peace to your nervous system, not keep you constantly guessing where you stand. Look at actions, not promises. Look at consistency, not beautiful words that disappear after midnight. Someone who truly wants you will not make basic respect feel like something you have to negotiate. So instead of asking, "How do I make them choose me?" ask, "Why am I abandoning myself for them?" Now it is time to come back to yourself. Start by returning your attention to your own life. Move your body, call a friend. Finish your work, clean your space, and remember that your life still matters. When the urge to chase comes back, pause and ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I stop? Are you afraid of losing them, or afraid of facing the emptiness you use them to avoid? The goal is not to become cold. The goal is to stop confusing self-respect with emotional punishment. Self-respect is not ignoring people to look powerful. It is walking away when your peace is being destroyed. You are allowed to stop explaining, stop proving, stop waiting, and stop choosing people who keep you confused. The love you search for outside should never require you to disconnect from yourself, inside. One day, you will meet people who do not make affection feel rare, confusing, or conditional. They will show up with clarity. They will choose you with actions. They will not make you beg for peace. But before they arrive, stop teaching your heart that love means anxiety, waiting, and self-betrayal. You do not need to chase what is meant to meet you with respect, honesty, and consistency. Every time you choose yourself, you rebuild the part of you that learned to beg for love. You rebuild your confidence. You rebuild your boundaries. You rebuild the belief that your presence is valuable. So stop chasing the person who makes you question your worth, your beauty, your peace, and your place. Choose the version of you that no longer begs, no longer over-explains, and no longer disappears for love. You are allowed to want love, but you are also allowed to require respect with that love. Let go of the need to be chosen by someone who cannot even make you feel safe. Come back to yourself. Your peace matters. Your dignity matters. Your heart deserves more than crumbs of attention. Stop chasing people who do not choose you. Choose yourself, and let the right love meet you in peace.